Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 19. Recap and review. Casa Amor Chaos Unleashed. If you believe that the season was already dramatic, Episode 19 demonstrated that the producers were only beginning to fire up. Casa Amor has finally arrived, and it has brought with it a tidal wave of new faces, shifted loyalties, and mind-blowing betrayals. Every islander was compelled to make decisions that could either solidify their position in the villa or ruin their entire journey. Every promise was tested, and every couple was broken up. This episode not only stirred the pot, but it also turned the entire table. The consequences of Hannah and Jeremiah's departure. The opening of the episode was melancholy. The villa was in a state of disarray after Hannah and Jeremiah were discarded. Hannah's departure was particularly distressing due to her status as one of the few individuals who maintained a strong connection. A noticeable void in the group dynamic was left by Jeremiah's departure, which, while less surprising, was still evident. Following their departure, the discussions were contentious. Chelly caused a stir by defending her decision, stating that Hannah had not explored enough connections in comparison to others such as Amaya and Iris. The shock waves were immediate. Some individuals wept, while others made dramatic pledges of fealty, while a small number of individuals quietly smirked at the prospect of new possibilities. The producers could not have crafted a more perfect scenario. The villa is entered by the new girls. The villa entrance was opened to reveal 5 new bombshells, as the original girls had departed. Grayson is a 25-year-old model who exudes Southern grace while maintaining a definitive sense of purpose. Clark, 24, is a peer mentor with a bold vitality who is not averse to causing trouble. Vanna is a 21-year-old social media ambassador who has already set her sights on Ace. Coco, 24, is a hair and cosmetics artist who is both competitive and playful. Jaden, a corporate investigator, is 25 years old and possesses a sharp intellect and an even sharper tongue. Their entry was akin to a shocking inundation. The lads endeavored to maintain their composure. However, their quick glances and grins were evident. The females promptly asserted their ownership of the area. Also, to commence the proceedings, a challenge to embrace while wearing a blindfold. The challenge of kissing. The males were blindfolded, the new girls formed a line, and chaos ensued. The boys were unaware of the girls' identities, and each female had the opportunity to kiss each boy. Taylor's enthusiasm was unmistakable as he leaned in completely. Jaden's decision to select Austin was a bold one, given his history with Amaya. Ace was promptly secured by Vanna, who wasted no time. Grayson formed an alliance with Pepe, who was incapable of resisting her advances. Immediately, tension was generated when Clark and Coco both pursued Taylor. Clark ultimately emerged victorious in the pairing, which resulted in Coco's frustration. Clark ultimately became Nicholas's partner after the situation was resolved. TJ was left single, scrambling with just 24 hours to establish a connection or risk being dumped. The villa was virtually unrecognizable. Old loyalties faded, supplanted with fresh energy, awkward new dynamics, and plenty of suspicious smiles. Casa Amor boys take their shot. Meanwhile, in Casa Amor, the original girls met 6 new guys: Elon, Brian, Zach, JD, and Chris. Each came in with confidence, ready to shake things up. Their entrance was immediately followed by a balloon popping challenge, where the girls had to select which guys to kiss. Chelly made the daring move to connect with Brian, but then came the shocker. Amaya ended up single. The girl who had just been in one of the most talked about situations found herself unpaired and vulnerable. The tables turned quickly, demonstrating just how ruthless Casa Amor can be. Red flags everywhere. The recouplings weren't the only drama. Some conversations aroused serious eyebrows. Nick and Sierra had a tense discussion about what an open connection really meant. Sarah wanted clarity, but Nick gave vague reassurances that felt more like delaying than honesty. Ace and Austin had perhaps the most jaw-dropping exchange. Ace asked if Austin had been honest with Amaya, and Austin simply said, "No." No hesitation, no remorse. Just unvarnished honesty about his dishonesty. The disrespect was astounding. Ace and Vanna wasted no time merging, despite Ace's earlier claims of loyalty. His shift was so rapid it bordered on shameless. Chaos was inevitable when Casa Amor concluded and the truth was revealed. the turning point that transforms everything. Casa Amor was synonymous with immediate tragedy in previous seasons. Islanders who were dumped would depart permanently, while those who remained loyal would return to discover their companion with a new partner. However, the twist of this season was significantly more ruthless. No one is irrevocably removed solely for recoupling. Pairing with Vanna was excessively hasty and enthusiastic. The game is over for Amaya if he survives this. Austin, the casual admission of dishonesty was astonishing. He is establishing himself as a significant antagonist. Amaya. The experience of being left alone was traumatic. Her narrative underwent an abrupt transformation, transitioning from a dominant figure to a vulnerable one in the course of a single evening. Sierra. It is perilous to disregard Nick's warning signs. I find it distressing to observe him manipulate her. Unfiltered honesty. Austin's brutal admission, despite its messy nature, was an indelible television experience. What sank to the ground? Some forced pairings. A few couples appeared to be more strategic than authentic. At times, the pacing was sluggish, as certain situations were prolonged by the excessive explanation of rules. Reduced emotional impact. Certain moments were rendered less intense due to the absence of the immediate sorrow associated with permanent exits. Forecasts. Amaya's return will generate tremendous drama between Ace and Vanna. Austin's reputation in the villa will be irreparably damaged as a result of his dishonesty. The destiny of Amaya is uncertain. She may be dumped imminently or reimagined as the season's comeback queen. Nick and Sierra are on the brink of collapse. It is merely a matter of time. Concluding thoughts. This season required a restore button, and episode 19 provided it. The show was reinvigorated with unpredictable energy by Casa Amor, which deconstructed every couple and compelled new connections. New flames were ignited, loyalties were crumbling, and red flags were raised in every direction. The delayed aftermath is what adds to the intrigue of this incident. No one has yet left for home. However, the truth will be revealed upon their arrival at the villa. In the presence of the entire group, betrayals will be exposed, lies will be confronted, and hearts will be shattered. Casa Amor is not merely a diversion, it is the ultimate test, as demonstrated in episode 19. The upcoming episodes are expected to be the most unpredictable of the season, if this is merely the beginning. What did you think of episode 19? Were you shocked by Ace's quick switch-up, or did you see it coming a mile away? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to keep the Love Island chaos coming.